Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video tutorial, I will explain how to create a customized dynamic blog from scratch in a Django web application with a Bootstrap theme. Now let's check the final output. Notice we have added the Bootstrap theme, header, footer, and below we got the content showing from different templates. And at the header we got the blog name, home. It will display the articles, all articles from the users. This is the contact page. Let's sign up a new user. Let's call this Ben at gmail.com. Here the password and confirm password both must be same. For example, here I am adding some 1 2 3 4 and the confirm password is not the same. It's showing passwords are not same. Let's add A B 1 2 3. Let's add 1 2 3 and the confirm password also 1 2 3. See, the passwords are same and the gender female I'm selecting and the age is 24. Let's click registration. Here we got a message, the user Ben is saved successfully. Let's check. Click blog. This is our database. The user registration, click browse. Here we got Ben details. Now let's log in with the Ben at gmail.com. Password is 123. I'm entering the wrong password first. When I click login, see here we got a message, the username and password are invalid. Let's enter the Ben at gmail.com and the password is 123, the correct password. Login. So once we log in, click home. It's displaying all the index articles. Go to profile. So here we got the profile page, Ben at gmail.com. Here the Ben can add the articles. And also notice we got a logout link after we successfully log in. We got the logout link here. It's showing the user email ID, which is a username, the login name with welcome message and profile link. Let's enter the article of the Ben. I'm selecting the education jQuery tutorials. The description is jQuery online tutorials. In the articles, jQuery, some random text I'm adding here. Now let's save this file. Before save this article, let's check in our articles table. Right now we have two, Charan and Peter. Let's insert this Ben article. See here we got a message, the article is saved successfully. Let's browse the table. Here we got the Ben article, jQuery tutorials, the description, jQuery online tutorials, and this is article. If we go to home, see here we got the jQuery tutorials. Before it's showing only 2 articles. Now we got third article is added. The other name is Ben. The category is education. This is the title and this is the description. If you want to read the whole article, click read article. See the article is displaying. If the logout, if you go to profile again, home again, the read article, it displays the best 100 country articles. Now when I log out, when I try to user login the profile page, which is a user profile, the template name is, see, it redirecting to the login page. It's forcing the user. If you want to visit the profile page, you need to log in with your credentials. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before creating a new blog in Django web application, first we'll create a new database. So just log into my PHP MyAdmin database, which is MySQL server. Click databases. Notice in this databases, I'm adding the database name called blog. The database name is blog create. And see here, the blog database has been created. At this moment, this blog contains no tables found in this database. Now my next step is to create a tables in this database. For that, I am using the Django migration functionality. So first, let's create a new Django web application. I'm using Visual Studio Code to create a new Django web application. For that, go to File, Open Folder. Now let's create a new folder in this E drive. The folder name, right click the mouse, New Folder, and the folder name is project blog, project-blog, select folder. And here the folder has been added to our Visual Studio Explorer panel. If you notice here, this folder right now contains no files and folders. At the right side, we got the welcome page. Let's close this welcome page. Now it's time to create a new Django web application in this folder. For that, go to View, click Terminal. And here we got our terminal, which is nothing but a command prompt or PowerShell. And if you notice, the path is the E drive, and this is our project folder, which I have created this folder in this E drive. Now let's create an application in this folder, Django-admin start project, and the project name is a blog. Enter. And here the blog application has been created successfully in this project blog folder. Let me expand this application. Notice when I expand this application, there is one subfolder with the same project name blog and one manage.py. Let's expand the subfolder also. And notice when I expand the subfolder, there are some default Python files are created automatically, like settings.py, URLs, etc. All these files and folders has been created automatically when I create this blog. Now after that, let's add this the application, the blog project, to this path cd blog. After that, now the next step is we'll create one models in our application. So in the subfolder, right click the mouse, new file, the file name called models.py, enter. And here we got our models. So first, in this models, we'll create a classes. Those classes contains only properties, which means it's a simple Poco class. From Django.db import models. After adding the models class, next let's create a class called, the class name is, first in our project I'm using two tables. The first table contains the new user details and the second table contains the articles related information. So here I'm adding the user reg contains the models.model colon first username is equals to models.char field max underscore length is max underscore length is equals to 150. And the second one is the email, user email models.char field max underscore length is equals to 150, and the password is equals to models.char field max underscore length is equals to 150. And we require the gender also, gender of the user models.char field max underscore length is equals to 1. Male or female I am adding for the gender, so I am taking only the max length 1 size. After that, I am adding the age is equals to models dot integer field. That's it. Just for the demo purpose, I am using only few columns for the user registration. Now second class contains the articles table. Let's add articles tab, models dot model. Next, this article tab contains the properties is the author name is equals to models dot char field 150 max length is equals to 150. Next one is author name, email also I require the author email is equals to models dot char field max underscore length is equals to 150, and the article category, so art cat is equals to models dot char field max underscore length is equals to 150. After adding the category, we require the article title also. Article title is equals to models dot char field max underscore length is equals to 150. Article description is equals to models dot char field max underscore length is equals to 150. And the last for the article, to display the whole article, models dot text field. For the article, I am adding the data type called text field, so I am not restrict the user for the maximum length for this article. And next most important property I am adding, I want to link with this user reg. For that I am using foreign key. So here user id is equals to models dot foreign key, and this foreign key, the two is I'm linking with this user reg, comma on underscore delete is equals to models dot cascade and the related name is equals to user articles. Let's give the user articles. That's it. Let's save this file. Save all. Now after creating the classes in this model, now we need to migrate these models, the classes user reg and article table, into our database. So for that we require the proper connection string in our application. That connection string we are adding in the settings of py. Open that one. In the settings of py, the first we need to install our application name between single quotes. Our application name is the blog, so blog, add blog, comma. Next, the templates we need to configure. The templates is nothing but here is our HTML pages, os.path.join base directory, comma, between single quotes I am adding templates. So this templates is nothing but a folder name. At this moment we don't have any folder of the template, so let's add. Select the main project name blog, right click the mouse, new folder. The folder name is a templates, enter. Now in this templates contain all our HTML pages. Let's add one HTML page, contains a new file home.html, and the second one index.html. This one h1, this is index page. Copy this one. Let's save this file and go to home, and this is home page. Let's save this file. Save all. Settings, come to the bottom. Now in the settings of py, there is a databases section. In this database section, notice the default engine, the database engine is the SQLite 3, but we are using MySQL. And the name property here, the name is our database name. our database name is a blog. So let's add the database name blog. Next, username is root, comma, and the password. Here the password I'm leaving blank because I don't have any password to log into my PHP MyAdmin database. If you have any password, please enter between these single quotes. Next attribute I'm adding is the host name. Host is a local host, comma, and we require the port number of our database. The port number, to find the port number of our database is, this is the port number 3308 of PHP MyAdmin MySQL server. Let's add that one, 3308, comma, and we require the options also. Options, the last one, between curly brackets, between single quotes, init underscore command, column, between double quotes, I'm setting the SQL mode is equals to, again between single quotes, strict underscore trans underscore tables. That's it. We have configured our connection string in this database section in settings.py Python file. Let's save this settings.py. After configuring the database, next step is we have to migrate these models, the userage and articles tab, into this database. So come to the terminal, Python manage.py, migrate, enter. Oops, here we got another, the access denied for local host. So here the username, it's not username, it's a user password. Let's save this file, save all, come to the terminal. Now let's migrate. So after migration, let's check in our database structure. So here we got the default migration tables are added automatically when I migrate command, and here also the blog. Let's refresh this folder and see here the default database tables are added into this blog database, but we need to add this userage and articles tab models into our database blog. So for that we need to add one more command, python manage.py migrate run sync db, enter. See here the blog underscore userage and blog underscore articles tab. The userage and article tab is our the class names and the blog is our application name. So now let's check, let's refresh the structure. So here we got the userage and the articles tab, and let's refresh this folder also. So here we got the userage and articles tab. Let's browse these four tables. First let's browse the userage table. So here the results of this userage contains the columns ID, username, email, password, gender and age, and these are nothing but our properties. And if you notice, the ID column is added automatically, which is the auto generate column. And let's browse the article tab also. So here the articles tab, the results of this table articles tab contains 0 rows at this moment, and these are our property names: author name, email, article category, title, description and article body. And if you notice the last one, the user ID, which contains a foreign key, and related to this userage table. So if you check in our table, the articles tab contains a user ID underscore ID. This ID is linked with this userage ID column. So now the next step, After adding the models to our table using migrations, now we'll add two more templates called registration.html and login.html. Open home.html. Let's make this home.html template, the HTML page, as a default home page. So this page contains as a master page to our application. So for that, open urls.py. First first we require the views. Right click the subfolder of our application, new file, the file name is a views.py, and here we got our views.py. Now in this views page we require all the functions. Before that, we need to import the necessary classes from Django shortcuts import render. So this render class is used to render our templates on the browser. Next, we need to call this models classes also. Go to views, from my models class folder, the page models page is inside our blog, so let's add the blog.models, import the class names. First one is user age and articles tab. Let's add both user age and articles tab. Now let's define a function def display articles. Display articles request colon this function return. I want to render requesting the template index.html and also we require the home page also. Def homepage request colon return render I'm running request home.html. This template I want to render. Let's save this views. After that, in the URLs dot import views, in the URL patterns let's add the path, then in single quotes comma views dot. I'm not adding anything between these single quotes. Now this path will become to default web page of our application. So switch to the views, the home page. After that, path between single quotes, index, views dot, display articles, name is equals to index, comma. Let's save this file, save all. Now let's run this application. When I run this application, I'm expecting this home page. This is the home page, is our default output of our application. So python manage.py run server, enter. See, after I run the server, we don't have any issues in our application, and below is the web server link. So let's browse this link, control plus mouse click, and here we got the output. This is the home page. So the home page is our default web page of our application. Next, we require the Bootstrap template to this home page. So for that, let's visit getbootstrap.com. The getbootstrap.com is the official website to use the Bootstrap components, and this website is a free open source toolkit, which means we don't require any license to use this content or components. So get started. The version I'm using 4.5. Let's use the examples. Right click the mouse. I'm opening in a new tab to find the templates, and these example templates are free to use. So just for the demo purpose, I'm using this template. I'm using. Right click the mouse, view page source. Let's copy this whole page source and switch to the coding part. I'm deleting this home page. Let's paste the code. Oops, need to copy this. Let's paste the code here. Save the file, save all. Now let's check the output, how it looks, the designing part on the browser. Switch to the browser, and this is our default output of our application at this moment. Now let's refresh this browser. See here, now we got the output, but notice we don't it does not contain any themes. It must look like this. So we require to add the CSS, style sheets and jQuery plugins. For that, go to home again. In the home, get started. Notice that the CSS styles. Let's copy this link and switch over to the coding part. In the home.html, go to top. Here, let's add here. In the header section, we need to add. Again, switch over to the getbootstrap.com. Now we require the JS bundles. These two links we require. The copy to clipboard and paste here. That's it. Let's save this file. After adding the CSS styles and JS Bootstrap CDN links, now let's reload the browser again. I'm reloading the browser. See, now we got the perfect output. It's looking exactly the same as a demo example. Let's close this one, and also the view source code also. Now we don't require at this moment the getbootstrap.com. I'm closing that one. Now let's change this company name to our blog name. So first we'll change the title of the blog is blog articles, and the title is the company name is, I'm adding my blog is my website name. So here the features I'm adding the home, contact page, and sign up. I'm adding one more link called login. Now I don't require this one. Pricing and support. I'm adding only the two links, home and contact, sign up and login. Let's save this file. Save. Now we'll check the output. I'm reloading the browser. So here we got home, contact, sign up and login and my blog. Now I'm keeping this footer. Let's change the footer. Instead of displaying the whole thing, I don't require the footer, this one. Let's delete this all. And let's add the H2. This is footer. Save this file, save all. We'll check the output. I'm reloading the browser. See here, this is the footer. Let's put this in the center. style is equals to text align center. Save this file. Let's reload the browser again. So here we got, this is the footer. Now after that, in the container, let's delete this container up to here. Here I want to display the index or login or registration page inside this container. So let's save this file, save all. We'll check the output. We have to delete the pricing also. I don't require the pricing. Let's save this file, save. We'll check the output again. That's it. At this moment, this is our simple basic output of our master page, which is a home.html page. Now here above the header and the footer, between this I want to display the index page or login pages or register pages, or display all the articles, whatever I want to display between this header and footer in the default home.html page. Again, switch over to the coding part. Now first let's add the links to this home href link between double curly brackets, percentage URL between single quotes. Now between the single quotes, the link we are getting from the URLs, the index. Copy this one, and here the home index page. Let's add the contact page also. New file, contact.html, and h1, this is contact page. Let's save this file, save all. In the views, let's define another function, def contact template request colon return render. I'm requesting the template called contact.html. Now let's copy this function name, save this file, go to URLs. Let's add another path for the contact to display contact template. Copy this function name and paste here. Instead of display articles, I want to display the contact template, and the name is the contact, and the page name also contact. Let's save this file, save. Now display articles, copy this one, the home page, this one, then index we have to add. Here we already added, and here for the contact, percentage URL between single quotes, we need to add the path name, which is a contact. Paste here. That's it. Let's save this file, save all. Let's check the output. I'm reloading the browser. Notice when I click the home, see at the bottom it's showing the path at the bottom of the browser. When I click home, see it's redirecting to the index page, but it's not displaying the home inside the home page. So instead of opening in a new page, I want to display between the header and footer. For that, in the container, I'm adding one more div class, is row. In this row, I'm making two parts. So for that, again open to getbootstrap.com, and the getbootstrap.com, get started, go to components. Here I'm using the layouts, grid layout. Come to the bottom. This is the layout I want to use, so copy this div, paste here. The first column size is the 8. In Bootstrap, the layout columns will be 12. So here 8 plus 4, the size 8 is big and 4 is small. 8 plus 4 is 12. So instead of 8, I'm adding 9, and this one is 3. This one I want to display ads here. You can put any ads or comment section, the social networking links in this div. But here in this column, this one is 9 and this one is 3. In this div, I want to display the templates. So for that, I'm using the blocks, percentage block content, percentage and block. Let's save this file, save all. Now go to index.html. Where is the index.html? This is the index.html. Now first let's extend the home.html, percentage extends home.html, single quotes. After that, let's display the block content. The content I want to display this one, percentage and block. Let's copy this, save this file, and add to this contact.html also. This is contact page. Save this file, save all. Now we'll check the output. So everything is good. Ctrl+C. Let's run this application again. After I run the server, we don't have any issues. Now when I reload the browser, see here we got blogged ads. Yeah, the content. This is contact home. Yeah, this is index page. So notice here the display ads. We can adjust the size here in the home.html. We can adjust 10 and 2. The columns must be the 12 size in a Bootstrap layout. Let's save this file. We'll check the output. So contact home. Now the next step, let's add the sign up functionality. The contact.html, let's copy this code, the registration. This is new user registration form. After that, I'm adding horizontal line. After the horizontal line, I'm adding a simple Bootstrap form. So again, switch over to the browser. Here I'm adding the forms. Let's copy this one. Okay, let's copy this one. Copy and paste here. The button name I'm changing first, registration, and here form group, copy this one. If you check in our table, the registration details, the username, email, password, gender, age. So the username, email, the password. Let's copy this one for the confirm password, and the checkbox I don't require here. Let's delete this one. After the confirm password, gender and age also. So let's copy this one, copy it and paste here. Gender, instead of displaying in the input type radio, instead of displaying text box, I'm adding the radio. I don't require these IDs anymore. Here the value is equals to male, M for male, colon, and copy this one, female. This is F, and we don't require the IDs here. So I'm deleting the all IDs from the HTML elements. This one, username, the type is text. And the last one is the age of the user, age. This one is a text. That's it. Let's save this file. We'll check the output how it looks. Now we need to configure the registration link also. Percentage URL between single quotes. In the URLs, copy this one. Let's add the path. Registration. Copy this one and paste here, registration. The function name is a user registration. Let's copy this function name, go to views, we'll create one new function, def new function request colon. Let's copy this one. I want to display the registration.html. So let's save this application, save all. So after saving the file, we don't have any issues. Now let's reload the browser. It was not found, something went wrong. So sign up. In the URLs, let's copy this name, registration, and in the home.html, here we need to add the path URL name. Save this file again, save. Now let's reload the browser. Sign up. So here we got the sign up form. Let's adjust the radio button control. It's looking bigger. So I'm removing the class. So it looks the normal radio button link. Again, save the file. You check the output. Yep. So after creating the registration form, Now we require the login form also. Again, let's open login.html, go to contact.html, copy this one, go to login.html, paste here, and here this is login page, horizontal line. After the horizontal line, we'll add the form, switch over to the forms. Let's copy this one and paste here. Email address, password. I'm not adding the checkbox link button, and the button name I'm changing to login. Let's save this file, save. Now we require the path, copy this one, the login, the page name, login user is a function name, and this is a path name login. Let's copy the login user. We'll create a new function, def login user request return render request between single quotes. Let's add this one, the login.html, the template name login.html. After that, let's copy this login link, the name, and add here in the login. Copy this one, paste here. Instead of registration, I'm adding login. That's it. Let's save this file, the whole application I'm saving. After saving the application, we don't have any issues. Let's reload the browser. So now we got the sign up and login. See here the login page, sign up, contact page, home page, sign up, login. Now what I'll do is I'll do some small gap here so it looks good. At ampersand MBSP, which gives the gap, I'm adding one small pipe symbol. Let's check the output. Save this file. I'm reloading the browser. See here we got a small gap here. Sign up, login, contact, home. Now let's add the sign up functionality. When a user registration, the user details I want to save in this user reg table. Let's log in again in this user reg table. So switch over to the registration.html, not the registration, views.html. In the user registration, if request.method double equals to, we are posting the data, colon, and the posting data from the models. Where is the models here? The username, use. Let's close this one. Contact.html, settings.py, we don't require. Username is equals to request.post between single quotes. Here between the single quotes we need to add the name property of our text box username. The input type here, the name is equals to between double quotes. I am adding this username. Copy this one, paste here, and in the views username. The second one is the email. Copy this one. Email is equals to request.post within single quotes email. This email we are getting from the input type name is equals to email, and here the password name is equals to pwd. Copy this one, pwd in the views, pwd is equals to request.post between single quotes pwd, and we require the gender also, gender here. The name is equals to gender. We have two radio buttons, so we require two name properties for both elements, radio button elements. This gender we need to copy and paste here. Gender is equals to request dot post gender, and we require the age also. The last column name is the age is equals to request dot post age. This is the age, and this age we need to add here also. The input type name is equals to age, and after that switch over to the views again. After enter the details, those user details I want to save in this table log user. So this is the user age. Here we need to add user age with the class name or table name table name. See here the username, the property username is equals to username, comma, email is equals to email, password is equals to password, gender is equals to gender, and the age is equals to age. Dot, I want to save all the values, so I'm using save method. Once the record has been saved successfully, I want to display the message. So for that I'm using one more class here from Django.contrib import messages. Let's copy these messages. I want to display these messages dot success. The success method takes two parameters. The first one is a request. I'm requesting the user plus the user name is displaying from here. The username, the name is saved successfully. Once the record is saved successfully, I want to display, I want to render the registration page. So let's copy this one, else, the else part. In the else part also I want to adding the render the same registration.html page. That's it. It's a very simple code. Let's save this file. Now switch to the registration.html. We are submitting the data, so we need to require the form tag contains a method called post, and in Django applications when we are posting the data we need to add this command called %csrf_token. So this token, it protects our information from the hackers when we are posting the data to the server. So make sure add this command token csrf_token when we are posting the data. Make sure the form tag is closed. Let's save this file, save. And now here after the button control, once the record is saved successfully, I want to display the message. This message I want to display. So come to the bottom here between double curly brackets %% if messages, the messages we are getting %, and if we require the for loop also, for message in messages. The messages we are getting from the messages class, percentage, and for loop. We are closing the for loop, and this variable message contains our message, this message in this object. So this display, I'm adding the expression called double curly brackets mess, and this one I'm adding in the bold tag. I'm closing the bold tag after the expression. Let's add the style color is green. That's it. Let's save this application, save all, switch over to the command browser. Let's reload the browser, sign up. I'm adding the username Charan, and this one is at gmail.com. Password, I forgot to add the functionality called password and confirm password. Let's add that one also. For that I'm using one simple JavaScript. After the horizontal line, I'm adding the variable confirm pwd password same is equals to, let's add the function if document dot get element by id. The id is let's add the id for the password pwd1 dot the value double equals to, I'm comparing this value to the confirm password, which is a password 2. Copy this one, let's add this one pwd, and this one is a confirm pwd. Copy this confirm pwd, id is equals to confirm password, and this is pwd1, the value if the value password and confirm password both are same, I want to display the message and document dot get element by id is the message dot style dot color is equals to, I want to display the green color, and the message I want to display here, instead of style dot color, I'm adding inner HTML, small I, inner HTML. The message is passwords are same. The else part, I want to display the green color, red color, red, and passwords are not same. And these messages I want to display here. After the confirm passwords, I'm adding a span. Let's add the, instead of div, I'm adding one span tag. id is equals to between double quotes this mess I'm adding here. We'll check the output again. I'm reloading the browser. First let's add, oops, something went wrong here. We need to add a script tags here. Script I'm closing the script tag here. Sorry for that. Let's save this file. We have not called this function. For the password, on key up is equals to the function. Let's put this in a single quotes. Copy the same function on key up for the confirm password. And also we need to put between single quotes. Copy this one, paste here, paste here, paste here. Let's save this file and check the output. I'm reloading the browser. Let's give the password. Passwords are not same. Now I'm giving the both passwords are same, 123 and 123. Passwords are same. Now let's register the new user details, Charan at gmail.com, and the password I'm adding 1234. The confirm password is also 1234, and the gender is male. The age is 28. Click registration. See here the user Charan is saved successfully. Let's check in our database table user age. Click browse. Let's log in again. See here we got the Charan details. Let's insert another user called Peter pet at gmail.com. Password is 123. Confirm password also same 123. And this one is male and the age is 25. Click registration. So here the user Peter is saved successfully. Let's check in our database browse. So here we got the Peter details is added successfully. Now we require the login functionality. Switch over to the coding part. Now go to views. In the views, the login user, if request.method double equals to post, I'm posting the data, and the post I'm adding the try catch block, try, and here user details is equals to, I'm using session to get the user details. So user reg, which is our class name or table name, dot objects dot get the user name. Here I'm using the email ID. The email is equals to request dot post email, comma, and the password is equals to request dot post password. Now I'm adding the print username is equals to user details. This object name I'm adding here. Now request.session, the session is email is equals to the user details of email. After that, once the username and password is valid, I want to redirect to the index.html page, return render request index.html. we need to put in the single quotes the templates. If accept user reg dot does not exist, if the username and password is not exist as me, the message dot success request username password are invalid. I want to display this message if the credentials are wrong. So that's it. Let's save this file. Save. Now we'll check the messages.success. Let's save the file again. So after the button control, instead of writing the same code, let's copy this one to display the messages. Paste here, instead of green, I want to display the red color. The message I want to display the red color, and also the form method is post, and we need to add the token csrf underscore token because we are posting the data. Let's save this application, save all. Now let's check the output. Switch over to the browser. At this moment we have the browse. We have two users, Charan and Peter. Let's log in. The email ID charan@gmail.com. The password here I am entering the wrong password. Quick login. Oops, here we got an error. Email. Let's check that one. See here we have not added the name is these values we need to add here. Email and the password also. The name is PW. Let's save this file. Again, Control C to exit the server. I'm running the server again. Python manage.py run server. After we run server, we don't have any issues. Let's log in. Now I'm adding the email ID is charan@gmail.com and the password I'm entering the wrong one. First click login. See here we got a message, the username password are invalid. Let's enter the correct password, correct credentials. The user Charan, the password is 1234. 1234. Click login. See, after we log in successfully, it redirects to the index page, which is the views, the index.html. Now, if you check here, after we log in successfully, it's showing the sign up again here. So instead of sign up, I want to display the user name here and logout button. So let's do that functionality. Go to home. Let's add one if condition, percentage if request dot session dot. The session here we are using the email. See, this is the email. Let's close this and if percentage and if. Let's put this if condition inside the navigation bar, and the if condition, if the login details is successful, I want to display the message, the welcome. Let's put this B, welcome, between double curly brackets. This is the email ID, which is a user ID, style is equals to color green, and I'm adding the href is equals to percentage hash logout. Percentage else if the user credentials are wrong, I want to display the sign up and login links. That's it. Let's save this file. Save. I'm reloading the browser. See here. Welcome charan@gmail.com logout. Once click the logout, we don't have any functionality to log out here, so let's do that one also. Go to views, def, logout, request, return, render, request, between single quotes. After logout, so after I log out, I want to redirect to the home page, home.html. And here we have to put try catch blocks, try. In the try, first to log out, after logout, I want to delete the session dot request.session. The session name is the email. Return and render request. Once the logout, I want to redirect to the login.html. Exception accept return home.html. That's it. Let's save this file. Let's call this logout in the URLs. Copy this one. Logout is our function name. And this one is a logout. You can give any name here, the name and logout. But this name we need to add in the href link, the HTML. Here in the logout, between curly brackets, percentage URL, between single quotes, I'm adding the name value, the path name logout. Let's save this file, save all. Let's check the output. Now refresh the browser. Now when I click logout, see it sign up, login charan@gmail.com. Password is 12345667, which is the wrong one. Here we got a message, username and password are not invalid. Let's log in with the Peter pet@gmail.com, and the password is 123. Click login. So here we got the pet@gmail.com. Welcome, and this is the index page. And I click logout, it's gone. Now after that, here what I'm doing in the views, I'm adding one more template called profile template, profile.html. H1, this is profile page. Now let's switch over to the home. I'm adding a new link called href hash, which is a profile. The user profile link here. Go to views, I'm adding one more function, def profile user request colon try request.session email. Let's display is a variable, display is equals to user range, the table name or the class name dot objects dot filter, the filter email is equals to request dot session between single quotes email, and this function return render requesting the template called profile.html. This template I am requesting here. Exception message, I want to display the messages dot success. If the user wants to, the message I want to do here, the message I want to display, if the user wants to access this profile.html page without login, I want to display the message to force the user to log in the page to view this profile.html. So request comma, I'm adding the login.html. Sorry, this is the message I want to display. Please log in. You need to log in to view this page. You need to log in. It's a simple message I want to display. Log in. And this function return redirect. You need to add the redirect class here. Redirect. I want to redirect to the login user function. So let's save this file, save all, profile user, copy this one. We need to add the URLs here, path, user profile, views dot profile user, this is a function name, comma, name is equals to profile user. Let's add this profile user in the home.html here between double curly brackets percentage URL between single quotes. We need to add the name property of the profile user. That's it. Let's save this file, save all. Now we'll check the output. Log out. See here the user profile. We need to, if the user wants to access this user profile page, when I click enter, see here you got a message, you need to log in. So user can't access this profile page until the user log in. So here let's do this one. Let's copy this one. I want to display the user details in this page. This is a profile page. This is profile page, horizontal line. I want to display the user name here, user details here. Switch to the views. Here, comma, the profile user, I'm adding the dictionary between single quotes. Display user name, colon, display. Come on. I'm using dictionary display. Display is a key, and the values we are getting this object from this object. Let's copy this display in the profile.html. After the horizontal line, I'm adding for loop for show user is an object in. We need to add this display. Let's close this for loop and for, and here I'm adding the bold tag between double curly brackets, show user dot, in the modals the user email ID or username. I want to display the username here, and the profile.html username. Let's save this file, save all. We'll check the output. Login, the pet@gmail.com, 123, login, profile. See here we got the Peter. You can access. Another b tag between double curly brackets, show user dot, the email ID also we can access these columns here. Save all. I'm reloading the browser. So here we got the peter@gmail.com. Go to home, contact, log out. Let's log in with the Charan 1234, login, Charan@gmail.com, 1234, login. So here we got the welcome Charan@gmail.com, profile, Charan@gmail.com. The profile page, contact page, home page, logout. Now here, if we use a login successfully at gmail.com 123 profile, in this profile I'm displaying the to upload the articles of the particular user. So let's do that one. Go to logout, switch over to the coding part. In the profile, after that I'm adding horizontal line after displaying the user details. Here we already have the code. So the form method post, copy this one up to here to upload the articles here. Add articles. Now here in the articles, if you check the author name, first one is name, author name. This one is a author name. Here the value, the author name is the user name. Copy this one and paste here. And this I'm making read only, so user can't alter the author name. And the email ID, show user email. I'm adding a value here, value is equals to show user email, and this one also read only. Models email. We require the user ID, which is very important. Go to profile. Let's copy this div. The author ID, show user ID. This ID column I require here. ID and the name is very important. So root, let's log in again, blog, the blog articles tab. This one I require, the user ID, and the title. First with the category, article category we require, article category, instead of input type I'm adding the select elements, this one select category, I'm adding another div, select element, the name is equals to the column name art cat or the property name, and here the options, select category, and here the option selected disabled is equals to true. Next option is the options of the category. First one is the traveling, so user can access the travel blocks here, travel articles. Second one is the food related articles, so user can select the category food. Option sports, option next one is the education. Just for the demo purpose I'm adding only 4 options in this select element, and we require the article title, profile, the title of the article, this one the text, we don't require the ID here, on key up, let's delete this one, name is equals to article, let's delete this one, paste here, article description, and do class article body, article, let's give the article only. This one, instead of text box control I'm adding the text area, so I'm adding another div. Inside the div I'm adding the text area with the columns 5 and the rows is 10, and the name is important here, the name is the article. Copy this one and paste here, text area. Let's add some placeholders for the title. Placeholder, enter article title, placeholder, enter article body, enter description, let's save this file. Let's check the basic output, how it looks. Ctrl C. Let's rerun the server. After I run the server, we don't have any issues. I'm reloading the browser. So go to login, charan@gmail.com, 1234, login, go to profile. So here we got the article details. Let's increase this columns and rows for the text area. This one will make 50 columns, and the rows I'm minimized to 3. Let's save this file. We'll check the output. I'm reloading the user profile. Let's once again check for coding. Let's add the functionality to save the articles. Here in the profile user, the code we have already written here in the user registration. Just copy this part and paste here. Paste here. We don't require this one. Instead of registration page, I want to display this profile display.html. These ones, let's change the author name. Copy this one. The author name. First, we need to add the ID also. We require the ID. Author name. Email, views, email, we already have that one. Article category, the next one is the title, description, the article description, and the most important, the last column is a user ID. Copy this one. User ID is equals to request.post within single quotes user ID. And let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, missed one. Article. After the description, we have the article called request.post article. Now make sure these other names, here the value name, other name, here the category, title, description, article. So everything we have written here. This user reg, instead of user reg, we need to add this articles tab, which is our model name. So articles tab, the first one is the author name. Author name is equals to author name. So one is the email. Art catalog is equals to catalog. Art description is equals to art description. Article is equals to article. And the user ID is equals to user ID underscore user ID. This user ID is equals to user ID. And save this file. Message I want to display. The article is saved successfully. Once the article is saved successfully, I want to display the return the same thing here. That's it. Let's save this file, save all, the other name indent block. Oops. Make sure give the proper indents, otherwise you'll get an error. This function return, the else is this part, return this exception for the try. Now I think everything is perfect. Save all. See, after we save the file, we don't have any issues. Let's add the user profile. See, once we reload the browser, see the other ID, other name, email ID. The other ID is nothing but this the user ID. And the block titles, let's select the category, the food, best, top 100 chefs in the world is the title of this article. Top 100 chefs find out in this blog, something in the description, and in the article I'm giving some random text, and the gender is male. We don't have any gender here, so let's delete that one. Profile, we don't have gender, and age. Let's save this file. One second, I'm reloading the browser. Travel, now this time best, top 10 countries in the world. Find out the best top 100 countries is the description, and in the article I'm adding something text here. Now before add this article, at this moment this article table contains 0 rows. Let's insert. See, here we got a message, the article is saved successfully. Browse. So here we got the article details. The author name is Charan, which is nothing but the username, and the user ID is also we have added here. And the article category is travel. Here instead of registration, here it's showing registration here. And let's add article. Save this file. I'm reloading the browser. This add article. Now log out. When I click home page, it's displaying the index page. Now whatever the users adding the articles, I want to display here. All the articles from the users. So switch over to the coding part. In the views, the display articles, here I'm adding show articles is an object. The articles tab dot objects dot all method, and here I'm adding the expression between single quotes. Show articles is a key colon show articles. This variable I'm adding here. Let's save this file. Save this file. Save. Now switch to the index.html. Here in the index page, I want to display those article details here. So go to forms. Here I'm adding card. Let's take the card component. Here we got the cards. This is the card I want to add. So for that, this is the code for this above sample. Let's copy that HTML code and paste here. And here I'm using for loop for displays an object in views. Let's add this show articles, this key value here in the index.html, and the for loop I'm closing here, percentage, and for the card header I want to display the title. So display dot, the title we are getting from, where is the models? Let's add the models, article title, copy this one, registration we don't require, login also, let's close this one. Index.html article. In the body I want to display the description between double curly brackets, display dot, the models article description, copy that one and paste here. The code text I don't want anything here, and this one, the button I'm adding the read article, read article, and here I'm adding the author name em between double curly brackets, display dot, the author name we are getting from this property author name, and BSP type symbol. I want to display the category also. So between double curly brackets, display dot, the category is art cat, copy that one and paste here. That's it. Let's save this file, save all. Let's save the whole application, switch over to the browser. At this moment it's showing this is the index page. Now after adding the logic, displaying all the article details on this index page, let's reload the browser. See, here we got the find, it's not displaying the title. The title is not saved here. Something went wrong. The profile. So here we have not added this art title here. Title is equals to art title. Let's save this file, save all. Now what I'll do is, here the article title is best 100 countries. This is the title. Yes. Go. Best 100 countries. Now let's reload the browser. So here we got the title here. This is the description. The author name is Charan, and the category also we have added here. The author name, category B, category colon. Let's copy this one here, and here also. Let's save this file. After adding some changes in the designing part, I'm reloading the browser. So here we got the title is the best 100 countries, below is the description, and the author name, category, the read article. If the user clicks this article, I want to display this article, the whole thing, in a new page. So let's add another article, the Peter 123 login, profile page, category, this is a sports, how to play rugby is the title, and tips and tricks from the professionals rugby players. We play rugby players. This is a description and some random article. I'm adding some random text. Add article. See here the article is saved successfully. Now go to home. So here we got how to play rugby. The other name is Peter Sports. Now let's add the functionality. If a user wants to read a particular any article, it redirects to the new template to display all the complete article. So switch over to the coding part. Now let's add a new template, new file template called read article, article.html, and contact, copy this code, read article, paste here, copy this code, read article, paste here. Let's close this one. Go to the views. First let's write the logic here to display def read article request, comma, here user ID colon, the user ID I'm adding here, or article ID. Let's add the article ID. Art is equals to art is an object. The articles tab, the table name dot objects dot get. The get method is ID is equals to article ID. And after that, this function return render request, comma, between single quotes, read article dot html, comma, I'm adding the dictionary art colon art. Let's add this read article. Save the file first. Go to URLs, path article integer type. Here the integer, the value we are getting from this article ID in the URLs, article ID comma views dot the function name, which is a read article. Copy this one, paste here, and the name is equals to article. Let's copy this article, save this file, and need to add comma here. Save this file. Now go to profile, not profile, index.html. In the index.html, here we have the read article between curly brackets percentage URL between single quotes. I'm adding the article here. This one, the views article ID is equals to display dot ID. Let's save this file. Now let's check the output. Control C. I'm rerun the server. Switch to the browser. Reload the index page. Read article. Oh, we have to add in the read article. I'm deleting this h1, and here I'm adding h1 tag. The h1 tag between double curly brackets. In the views, let's add this art dot. The modal name is article title. This is for the title, horizontal line, and we require the description h2 for the double curly brackets. Art dot, the description is art description, and let's add the p tag to display the article between double curly brackets, art dot article. Friends, here I am not showing any designing part, it will show simply the article description and title in this read article template. Let's save this file, save all. Now switch over to the browser. Notice the article 2, enter. See, here we got the title, this is the description, and this is the article. Again, go to home. If a user wants to read this article, best 100 countries, click read article. See the best 100 countries. This is the description, and this is the article. Now let's log out. Let's check the final output, and this is my blog. Let's delete this index page, we don't require the index page. Delete this one, save this file. I'm reloading the browser. Now let's check the final output. Notice we have added the Bootstrap theme, header, footer, and below we got the content showing from different templates. And at the header we got the blog name, home. It will display the articles, all articles from the users. This is the contact page. Let's sign up a new user. Let's call this Ben. ben@gmail.com. Here the password and confirm password both must be same. For example, here I am adding some 1 2 3 4 and the confirm password is not the same. It's showing passwords are not same. Let's add a b 1 2 3. Let's add 1 2 3 and the confirm password also 1 2 3. See, the passwords are same and the gender female I'm selecting and the age is 24. Let's click registration. Here we got a message, the user Ben is saved successfully. Let's check, click blog, this is our database, the user registration, click browse. Here we got Ben details. Now let's log in with the ben@gmail.com, password is 1 2 3. I'm entering the wrong password first and I click login. See, here we got a message, the username and password are invalid. Let's enter the ben@gmail.com and the password is 1 2 3, the correct password. Login. So once we log in, click home, it displaying all the index articles. Go to profile. So here we got the profile page, ben@gmail.com. Here the Ben can add the articles, and also notice we got a logout link after we successfully logging in. We got the logout link here. It's showing the user email ID, which is a username, the login name with welcome message and profile link. Let's enter the article of the Ben. I'm selecting the education jQuery tutorials. The description is jQuery online tutorials. In the articles, jQuery, some random text I'm adding here. Now let's save this file. Before save this article, let's check in our articles table. Right now we have two, Charan and Peter. Let's insert this Ben article. See, here we got a message, the article is saved successfully. Let's browse the table. Here we got the Ben article, jQuery tutorials, the description, jQuery online tutorials, and this is article. If we go to home, see, here we got the jQuery tutorials. Before it's showing only 2 articles. Now we got third article is added. The other name is Ben. The category is education. This is the title and this is the description. If you want to read the whole article, click read article. See, the article is displayed. If the logout, if you go to profile again, home again, the read article, it displays the best 100 country articles. Now when I log out, when I try to user login the profile page, which is a user profile, the template name is, see, it redirecting to the login page. It's forcing the user. If you want to visit the profile page, you need to log in with your credentials. That's it. Thanks for watching and please subscribe my channel.